Hey guys, welcome to this new video. Today we're going to talk about co-working spaces, and here we are in The Hive in District 2 Taodian. And so I invited two people to come to join me on this talk, and we're going to share about the importance of, if you are millennials or business owner or just have some ideas and want to get started, go to co-working spaces. So thanks guys for accepting this interview. Can you start by introducing yourself, your entrepreneurship journey, and for how long you've been living in Vietnam? Maybe Joy?
My name is Joel. I'm from Ecuador. I moved to Vietnam about 6 years ago. I chose to work in the Hive when I became a freelancer. I started working in digital marketing, and I had the choice. I could work in coffee shops all day. In Vietnam, if you throw a rock, you're going to hit a coffee shop. So you have a lot of choices. But I found that working as a freelancer is similar to going to the gym. If you go to the gym, if you work out at home, you're going to give up halfway through and lie in bed and watch a movie. If I work in a coffee shop, I'm going to end up wasting a lot of time watching stupid videos on YouTube, for example. But working in a co-working space is like going to the gym. You got people around you that are hustling, so it kind of forces you to hustle also. And everyone can see your screen, so you don't end up wasting time on cute cat videos, for example. That's one of the main reasons I chose the Hive, or I chose to work in co-working spaces.
What about you, Anh? Like your story and why you ended up being here?
So my name is Anh, and I've lived in Vietnam now for around 4 years. I'm originally from Sweden. That's where I grew up. I stumbled upon Vietnam. I've always been interested in Vietnam because that's where my parents are from. And came back here initially, thought that I would stay for around 6 months. But 4 years down the road, I'm still here, right? So it's pretty interesting. But yeah, I've been in pretty much the startup scene since I came here. So I worked at an e-commerce when I first came here, and then I switched over to software development, so outsourcing business. Did a business development for that, and then stumbled upon my current co-founder at Avian Jets, and been doing that now for pretty much 3 years since I came here.
Okay, so coming back to the points of co-working places, then what would be from you the pros and cons of being in these environments when you get started, when you get your entrepreneurship journey started?
I can't think of a lot of cons. The pros, for example, I met two guys that I work with now at a workshop that was hosted at the Hive, and I saw the poster because I was working at the Hive. I attended this workshop, and one of them is my business partner in a coffee company, Warrior Brews, and the other one is also kind of my business partner in a business consulting company, Asia PMO. And I met both of them in one co-working space event, and it kind of changed my career. Cons, I can't think of any cons. Like I said, if we compare coffee shops to the Hive, if you do the calculation, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but I'll buy like 3 cups of coffee in a day if I'm out working in coffee shops. So it depends. For me, it balances. It's about the same cost because I drink so much coffee.
Yeah, we can talk a little bit after about the cost of renting an office or a flexible desk in co-working space. What about your pros and cons of being here in this environment?
So I have one simple pro that is overcoming everything, and that's just because I started working at coffee shops too a little bit in the beginning. But just one headache for me was going to coffee shops. If you arrive too late, then you don't have a good spot, and then you need to find charge port, stuff like that. But just one thing is like, okay, I need to go to the bathroom. So I need to pack everything up and take it to the bathroom because you know about people just stealing stuff, right? But at a co-working space, you can just leave it at your desk. You know that you will have a spot when you come there in the morning. And that is just super valuable for me. Yeah.
And what about the fact that here you will have only one desk? You cannot change. I like the coffee ambience because you go to a coffee maybe in the top of a tower. You can get some inspiration, or you go to a library when you get kind of hustle on something. Do you have like tricks to still be able to get some different vibes still in the same environment?
For me, it's pretty simple because what's so valuable with the Hive is that they have 3 locations in Saigon. So if you're hot desking, you can pretty much go to each and every location and just switch around and keep your motivation up, right? So you don't stare at the same environment all day, every day. So, and for me, when I just want a proper working space. I don't need to go around to different coffee shops, but sometimes you can just, okay, I'll take a day off and I go to a different coffee shop instead of working from the Hive. But yeah, like I said, the value for me is just, I know that I'll have a spot, good Wi-Fi, and yeah, I don't need to pack up when I go to the restroom.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, I work 5 days a week in the co-working space, and I work on Saturdays. I go to a coffee shop. So I'll spend all day Saturdays for that kind of change of.
Do you have any like anecdote or personal story that relate to the co-working? You say before you met some of the business partners in co-working space. Can you share more about how everything gets started? And is it easy to meet either other business owner or expatriate or even locals like hustling on some side projects in co-working places?
It's very easy to meet people because if you go to a networking event or a workshop, right? There's a lot of networking events. There's a lot of workshops. Everybody's there for the same reason. So it's not like trying to meet somebody in a coffee shop. That might be a bit awkward. Everybody's like, oh, what do you do? How long have you been in Vietnam? Those are the 2 most common questions. Business cards, one thing leads to another. For example, I work in Fail Fighters as the marketing director, and I met Thomas at a co-working space at a workshop about OKRs, and we just talked a little bit. We got along really well. We had coffee after. I got his email and I sent him an email because I noticed some things that he could improve in terms of content marketing on his website, and I said, let's meet for lunch and let's see if we can help each other out. But at that same workshop, the workshop was hosted by Karsten Lay, and he's the founder of Asia PMO. And he's really good at the business side of things, but not so much in the marketing side, or at least the digital marketing side. So I kind of approached him in the same way and said, well, maybe we can help each other out. So now, as a result of that, I'm a freelancer under Asia PMO. So in exchange, I help him with his inbound marketing. But I put my name, I put my profile, all my services under the Asia PMO website. So from this one event, I got these 2 pretty amazing opportunities, and I'm still working with both of them.
Yeah, actually, I definitely invite you to check out the events in entrepreneurship that you will find in different locations in Vietnam, Da Nang, Ho Chi Minh City, and Hanoi. You have a lot, so you can really get started, and within a few weeks, kind of get connected to the local entrepreneur, people hustling on side businesses, and it can definitely help you get started again. What about you, Anne? Any like personal story you had from a co-working or an event?
Yeah, so I think like Joel said, like just the networking at the Hive is just priceless in my opinion, right? So you meet people because everybody goes to those events and they have a purpose. They want to meet people. They want to expand their network. So for me, I met a couple of interesting people just going to these networking places. They become good friends, maybe. Potential business ventures together too, but it's just that what can I help you with and what can they help me with? And everybody's open to help each other at the Hive. So I met a couple of people that I've introduced to a couple of people in my network, vice versa, and it's been very, very good for me. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna give you some key takeaway to implement when you're gonna come to Vietnam. We talked before about the price, like how much is it to really rent either a flexible desk or like a small office in venue like this?
So I'm paying for the hot desk. So it means I don't have a dedicated desk. but you always have a desk there for you. And I'm paying about $100 a month, so $2.5 million, including taxes and everything.
Yeah, and we rent an office at the Hive. So currently we have five packs at the villa, and we pay around $220 per person. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still very competitive because when you just arrive, you have everything. I mean, they're going to take care of everything in the different location, and basically you can really get started at a flexible desk as well. You know, it's very easy to meet people, and when you start to build a team, you can really like scale, and you don't need to worry about anything about the cleaning lady, or about like the is it open during the weekends? You can just come. I guess you have your access, and you can come whenever you want.
Correct.
Yeah, 24 hours.
Yeah.
So if you have clients in another time zone, and you have a Zoom call at 2 a.m, you get your access card, the security guard's there, and no problem.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's very valuable.
Okay. Maybe a final word, like what advice would you give to expatriate coming here and kind of want to start a side business or entrepreneur or freelancers to kind of meet people and gather with this community?
So for me, I think just go and network. And if you go to coffee shops, that's very hard, right? It's very tough to network at coffee shops. But that's the value with most of the co-working spaces, but especially the Hive, because they host events all the time, like 3 to 4 events a week at times, right? So just going, if you're new to Vietnam, just go to a co-working space, start working from there, meet people, like-minded people, and attend the events, because you'll meet some incredible people at those events, and I think that's very, very valuable.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
If you come here and you want to meet people and expand your network and start a business and learn skills, you would be a fool not to come to co-working space.
Yeah.
And get involved. Go to all the events. Go to the workshops if you can afford it. Do everything. Like the Hive has, they have entrepreneurial events that help business people, but they also have just networking events if you want to meet new friends.
Yeah.
There's a variety, there's something for everyone.
Yeah, it ranges
Yeah.
from movie nights to startup pitches. Yeah, it's everything.
Pool parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, plenty of shots. We have a pool here actually. I guess Jeff we have some shots of the pool. Thanks again, guys. I think it will give you again some key takeaway for the audience. You can check in the description. I will leave some links, maybe some resources. So if you guys want to check the different business center, co-working places, and other places where you can get started and start your entrepreneurship journey in Vietnam, you can check everything in the description. Thanks again, guys, for this interview, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Been down and I'ma get it right. Get on sight like